Okay, so moving on to the next question, it's 9. 2 out of 7 plus 2 out of 5. So we'd have to make the denominators equal. First, let's write their tables down, even though I know it. 5, 10, 15, 20. Let's stop here for now. 7, 14, wait a second. 21, 24. Yeah, they don't have it right now. No, it's not 24, it's 28, my bad. It's 28. I was thinking about some other times table. 28. First, let's move on with this. I think I already know, so we don't need to do all of this. It's 35. So 2 out of 7 times 5 out of 5 equals 10 out of 35. So now that's the answer for 2 out of 7. 10 out of 35. It's going to be 10 out of 35. 2 out of 5 times 7 out of 7 equals, this is a 7, 14 out of 35. So when you add these, it's going to be 24 out of 35. And let's see if that could be simplified. Wait a second. No, it can't be simplified because they're not in the same times tables at all. Except one. Well, duh. If you simplify it by 1, it's basically going to be the same. So the answer is 24 out of 35. Okay, this one, it's pretty easy. You're going to think the least common denominator is 40, but it actually isn't. It's actually 20. You could do 3 out of 4 times 5 out of 5, which equals 15 out of 20. And then 3 out of 10 times 2 out of 2 equals 6 out of 20. So it's subtracting, right? That's going to be 9 out of 20. And I don't think this can be simplified. Oddly by 1, which is basically going to be the same answer. Okay, back here. So use properties of mental math to solve, write your answer into this form. 3 out of 8 plus 2 out of 3 plus 1/3. So we could actually rearrange these to 2 out of 3 plus 1 out of 3, and then 3 out of 8 will be outside the brackets. So when you add them, this is going to be 3 out of 3, which is equal to 1 whole. And when you add this to it, it's just basically going to come here, which is 3 out of 8. And that can't be simplified. Only by 1, which is, well, the same answer. So 12. 1, 4 out of 5 plus 2, 3 out of 20. 1 out of 4 plus 2, 3 over 20 plus 3 over 5. So first, let's do these two into brackets. 1, 4 out of 5 plus 3 out of 5. Okay, so when you add them, it's gonna be when you add them, I'll write the answer here because it's gonna get dark. It's down there. It's gonna be 1 and then 7 out of 5. But this is an improper fraction, so it'll turn into, the improper fraction itself will turn into 1 2/5. And then when you add 1 to it, it's gonna be 2 2/5. So now we're gonna do the 2/5 in times 4 out of 4, which equals to 8 out of 20 plus 8 out of plus 8 out of 20, which equals to 11 out of 20. So this can't be further simplified. So the answer is 11 out of 20. So The next question we're moving on to is 13, number 13. 359 plus 179 plus 2, 512. So we can rearrange this again to 359 plus 179 plus 2, 512. As you can see, these are in the brackets, so we'll add them first. I'll do it here. It's getting dark out there. So it's gonna be, when you add the ones, it's gonna be 4. The whole numbers is gonna be 4. 5 out of 9 plus 7 out of 9 is 12 out of 9. But that's an improper fraction. So we'll have to fix it. We'll have to rename it, I guess. So it's gonna be 3 out of 9 plus this left over, 2, 5 over 12. So you see how they're not equal? So first we're gonna add these. Just it'll turn into a 7, and the least common denominator for 9 and 12, since you have 9 and 12 as the denominators, it's gonna be 36. And if you're this is 36, right? The least common denominator is 36 then. So these are gonna be 3 out of 9 times 4 out of 4, because we're doing 9 times 4 to 4 because 9 times 4 is 36. So it's going to be 12 out of 36. Next is going to be 5 12ths turn. 5 out of 12 times 3 out of 3. We're doing 3 out of 3 because it's the when you multiply 12 by 3, it's going to be 36. So 15 out of 36 is the answer for that. So when you add 12 out of 36 plus 15 out of 36, it's going to be 27 out of 36. But it actually, you're going to say, yay, my answer is 727. The 7 came from this. When you added them, you're going to say, yay, my answer is 727 out of 36. No, you have to simplify. It says, and write your answer in the simplest form. You're like, how can you simplify it? Like this. 27 out of 36 divided by, what can you divide it by? You're going to ask. 9. You can divide it by 9 out of 9, which equals to 3 out of 4. So the answer is going to be 3 out of 4. Next page. Okay. Samuel walks in the Labor Day parade. He walks 3¼ miles along the parade route and 256 miles home. How many miles does Samuel walk? So we'll have to make the denominators equal. You're going to say, I think it's 24. No, it actually is 12. 1 out of 4 times, you're going to do 3 out of 3 because 4 times 3 is 12. 3 out of 12. So it was 1 out of 4. So it's going to be, excuse me, 3 out of 12. So next is going to be 5 out of 6 times 2 out of 2. That's 6, which equals 10 out of 12. So after you add 2, it's going to be 210 over 12. So when you add them, it's going to be 513 over 12, but you can't do that, so it'll be equal to 6, 1 over 12, and we have the answer right here, B. Okay, 15. Mrs. Michaels bakes a pie for her book club meeting. The shaded part of the diagram shows the amount of pie eaten left after the meeting. They sure ate a lot of pie. That evening, Mr. Michaels eats 1/4 whole of the pie. Which fraction represents the amount of pie remaining? So to answer this question, you can actually do mental math But if you need help solving it, you're gonna draw fraction strips. So you can do, this is 1/4. 1/4. I'm trying to draw the best 1/4. Whoopsies. That will be 1/3. My bad. But pretend it is 1/4. Here, redraw it. 1/4. 1/4. 1/4. And 1/4. So 1/1/4 is equal to, you see how 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, there's 8. 1/4 is equal to 2 8s. So it's going to be 2 8s. So you're going to shade in 2 more slices. That means Mr. Michaels ate 2 more slices. What fraction represents the amount of pie remaining? There's 1, 2. There's 2 slices, but it doesn't say anything. So you're going to think it's 2 out of 8. But it actually isn't. You could actually simplify it. Divided by 2 out of 2, which equals 1 out of 4. And that's the answer right there. A. 16. Aaron is practicing for a triathlon. On Sunday, he bikes 12 5/8 miles and swims 5 to 3 miles. On Monday, he runs 6 3 8 miles. How many total miles does Aaron cover on the 2 days? So we're going to do, first let's do 12 5/8 plus 6 3 8. That will equal 18 8. So and then 18 8 8 equals to 9. So when you add 5 to 3rd plus 5 to 3rd, it equals 24 to 3rd. And then the answer is right there, D.